Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I am going to make a simple registration page using Apache Struts framework, that is 2.5.14, with using MySQL database. And also we check after registration that the email is exist or not in our database, while next time if user try to register the same email. And for this video we require four things. First one is Struts to framework jar files, which is available at official website of Struts, that is struts.apache.org. The examp or VM should be installed on your system. Example, I am using examp, which is already installed to my system. MySQL jar file for database connectivity, and above all, yes, of course, the NetBeans IDE, because I am using NetBeans IDE. We can also make same thing, same stuff in Eclipse IDE also. I'm not going into the theory part, but in this video I will only focus on the practical work. In this video we are going to make or see that the following stuff should be there in our project. The first one, obviously, the required jar file, Struts to framework jar files, should be added to our project library, and creating a database in MySQL. After that, 4 JSP file I am going to make in this video. First one is index.jsp, that is registration page. After that, success.jsp, which should be appear after successfully register, and error.jsp if user is not going to register. Then if he or she got error message, then error.jsp page should be displayed. And pass.jsp, which is used for AJAX, that the email already there or user is already registered or not. I am going to make 2 Java files. First one, register action Java, and user.java file, and few packages for these 2 Java files. And I'm also going to make a classes name folder. I will show you where I'm going to make this name folder, which is required for struts.xml file. Obviously, on 2 XML files. First one is struts.xml, which should be placed in classes name folder, and web.xml, which is our web deployment descriptor file, should be required to addressing each and every file of project. So let's begin with our project. Okay, now this is my NetBeans IDE. I'm going to make a simple project. Click on new and Java web, select the web application, click on next. Should be named Struts to video 1. Next, select I am going to use Apache Tomcat server 8.0.27.0, and next, there are some frameworks, but I am not going to use anyone, and just finish. Okay, now this is our project. Simpler library files are there. Now I am going to add struts to required library files. So let's see, where are these? I already downloaded the Strut 2.5.14.1 framework package. In this there are number of jar files are there, but we shouldn't require currently not required all of these files. So I select few of them. You can see these are the few, total I think 16 to 17 files, but we need some files outside from this. I think these 4 files: Xwork core, MySQL, log4j, which is now required for Strut to framework. If you do not add this jar file, then you will not able to execute your application, and servlet. These 4 files should not be there in Struts package, so I downloaded it from internet, and you can also download these files from internet. So this is my complete package for this video. Now I'm going to copy this folder and put it into my project. So now let me add this thing in my project. Select the project, click on property, library, and add jar files. Where are my jar? And okay, selected, finish. Now all the jar files are in my library folder. After setting up the jar files, now let's begin with some database work first. I'm opening the exam control panel, starting the services. After that, open the web browser. Open with localhost in PHP myadmin. Now let me make a database name first. I'm making a similar name of my project name. Okay, created. I need few columns. Table name is let me login underscore table. Click on go. Now firstly user ID, which it should be int, length can be anything, primary key. After that auto increment, and first name varchar, type length 255, last name varchar 255, email varchar 255, and password varchar and 255. And okay, that's it. Click on save. Let me check. Okay, click on save. Okay, this is my database now. It's ready. Now I'm making first. Let me delete it. I'm making JSP files. First one is index JSP, and it has some registration components. Okay, little bit of publicity. Header, tag, registration page. Okay, now tag library, prefix with X, and URI struts -tags. Now I will identify for components for this page, JSP page, form, action, register. The action name should be similar in struts.xml file. Text field name, app name, label, first name. After that, text field name, last name, label, last name. After that we have email, and last one is password. We do not require user ID because it is auto incremented. It will automatically increment it when we submit a new query. Okay, last one is password field, password, and submit button. This is our simple registration page. And let me make a little bit stylish style, background. You can also provide some other color, or you can use anything, new technology like Bootstrap or anything. Okay, div tag. Margin left is 40%, and margin from top it should be 5 to 6%. Okay, now the second page, that is success.jsp. When we done registration successfully, then this page will appear, that is success.jsp. It can be any name. Okay, now registration done. After that we can make some other thing in it, like add another registration with hyperlink. Okay, first text align, center, font 35 pixel, and color any red, blue, green, brown. Now break tag, horizontal line tag, anchor tag. In anchor tag there is a reference to index.jsp so that we can easily move to our registration page back for new entry. Now the third page, error.jsp. Okay, after completing the 3 JSP pages, the fourth one is past.jsp, which I will make in later after completing the registration. Now make some packages like in.studyviral. My first package, in this package I am making another one, like first one is action and the other one is user. In action package I am making a first class registered action Java class. Okay, now register action class, it must be extends action support abstract class, and from this class we use execute function. But first make some variables like first name, last name, email, and password. I'm making some getters and setters. Okay, this is our getter setter and one empty constructor. Okay, from action support class there is a method that is execute, which help us to execute this class, or which give us the result when this function will execute. Okay, now there is a variable record user dot register. After completing this code, I am making user class in user package. If record value is greater than 0, then it will return success, else it will return error string. Okay, now this registration class is completed. Now make another class that is user.java in other package user. Okay, now let me import in registration class the user class so that the error will get removed. Okay, now we have to make first method. Okay. In user class I am making some connectivity work first, that is connection from java.sql.connection connection object, which is static, so that I do not need to make an object for this connection object, and making a function that is static type of function connection, which throws an exception class for name. Now load the driver for MySQL. com.mysql.jdbc.driver semicolon. Now initialize the con object, connection object. Con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. In this connection we have passed a few string parameters like jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost colon port name 3306 or 06. After that slash and database name. Let me copy it. Database name. After that the other parameter is username of database and password, which is empty string, and return connection object. Now we have to make method, that is register method, which we used in our register action class, and this method is also making a static type, and it return integer value int register. And in this register function I'm going to firstly import the register action class in user class. Now pass an register action object. Now int flag is equal to 0, try catch exception ex. Okay, in try catch I'm making some SQL queries like prepared statement PST object connection, that is connections with, okay, it is connections with Z dot prepared statement, and prepared statement with SQL string argument, that is insert into my table name is login underscore table, insert into login underscore table, the column name of table fname, name, email, keyword, and okay, after that values and 4 question mark separated by comma. After that pst dot set string, first question mark, that is first numeric value, and ra dot get first name. Let me copy it so that it will less type. Now change the second question mark for 2, 3 and 4, and change the function name lname, email and keyword. After that flag is equal to pst dot execute update, so it will return 1 whenever an statement will store in database, and it will return the flag object variable. Now save. Now in web, now this folder, in web folder I have to make a classes folder, and this classes folder will contain simple XML document file named with struts.xml. Now I have few content to copy first. Okay, now paste it in our struts.xml file, and now few tag, add struts tag. In this you have to make another tag like constant, and there is a name, that is struts dot their mode, okay, and value, that is true in double quote. Okay, spelling mistake, sorry. After that we have to make a package tag, name default, extends struts hyphen default, and namespace is equal to, in double quote, it is /. Now action tag. In this action tag, the name is similar to that name in index, that is action register, so this name should be same. After that, class from which we have to execute that method name execute in.studyVaral action and name of the class register action. After that, results. If that function executes, that what result should be displayed first. In case of success, where the success string returns, that success.jsp result should be displayed, or otherwise the second one else with error, so that error.jsp page will display. And now it's time for web.xml. Here we have to put some filter tags. In filter tag, there is a filter name, that is Struts2. After that, filter class filter class, that is org.apache.struts2.filter.struts prepare and execute filter. After making this filter tag, we have to make a filter mapping tag. In this filter mapping tag, there is again filter name, that is similar to the first one I'm making, struts2. After that, we have URL pattern, that is / and asterisk sign. And last, we have to make a welcome file list. For example, when this project will execute, that will appear with the index.jsp page. In welcome file list, we have welcome file index.jsp. Now execute this project. Okay. Yes. Now this is my welcome file, name and email and password. Submit. Okay, registration done. Thank you. Another registration. But before that, we have to check. Okay, this is my database. Now we have to make the fourth JSP file, that is pass.jsp. For checking the already existing email is there or not. For that, make a file JSP, and in this first page import java.io.*, so that it will import all the files classes from this package, IO package, and comma, and the other one is java.sql. From this we have 3 files, basically 3 interfaces. Remove all content. Now JSP tags first. Okay, let me now in JSP tag there should be in string and a variable object sn is equal to request.get parameter. For example, parameter name is where, class dot for name, that is database connectivity content. I'm going to copy these 2 lines and paste it straight over here. Okay, to make a connection interface object. Now prepared statement pst is equal to connection dot prepared statement string in which we have to pass strings in the select star from login table, where clause where email is equal to SN variable. Keep this statement very carefully, so there should be single quote and double quote combination. After that, result set rs is equal to pst dot execute query. If rs if and else if rs dot next, then it will be show message out.println, which will be displayed on our index.jsp page. Font, so that's a little bit HTML work. Font color is equal to red, and other out.println email already taken, and closing the font tag. Copy these statements and paste it over here. With if they not taken email, then font color should be green and email available. Okay, save this file. Now go back to our first of all connection close rs.close and pst.close, and last connection.object.close. Now go back to index.jsp file, where we have to type some scripting work. Okay, now type text/java script, and function is for example can be any name. Email check, variable where XML HTTP semicolon where k is equal to document. Wait a minute, there is some problem. My variable is not declared over here. Let me type first document.get element by ID. There is some problem. Okay, ID is equal to email check. ID is equal to email on key up. Okay. There is some problem in this page, I think. Let's see. Email dot value. Get element by ID email dot value. Okay, there is some mistake. There should be script, not style. Sorry. Now everything is fine. The third is where variable URLs pass.jsp question mark where is equal to plus concatenate k. Okay, after completing this code, that is inner HTML is equal to HTTP XML HTTP dot response text semicolon, and we have to return few value. We need some values. XML HTTP dot open get comma URLs comma true semicolon, and last XML HTTP dot send semicolon. Okay, that's it for coding side. Now execute and check it. First name, last name, and okay, email is already taken and password, so I have to change the email here. Okay, this is my not regular email, this is just rough email. Please do not try this email. Okay, email stored, data stored. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe my channel. Thank you.